Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. If I could have your attention, please. If people could start moving, congregating towards the stage, please. What an incredibly effective way to get people's attention. I should have you guys with me more often. All right. Welcome, everyone, to MADRE's 35th anniversary celebration. Woohoo! It's so wonderful to see all of your beautiful, bright, and shining faces. In a moment, you're going to have a chance to hear from some of our planned speakers, MADRE's leadership, our partners. But before we get into that, we have a treat for you all. We have here Taina Seely and her band. I want to say a few words of introduction for her and her band. Taina Seely is an Albany, New York-based Puerto Rican singer and activist, carrying on the tradition of her ancestors, fusing past and present struggles into one soulful and defiant voice. She performs an energetic fusion of powerful vocals, carrying themes of social justice laid over Afro-Latin, reggae, and rock sounds. Please join me in welcoming Taina Seely and her band. En lo más profundo de mi memoria
en las sabias manos de mi abuelita. El corazón de abuelita, sofrito, el corazón de abuelita, un puñado de ajo machacando en el pilón, mezclado sabroso, secreto. Representan la fuerza de mi pueblo, la potente mezcla que somos y el poder de la tradición. Sofrito, el corazón de abuelita, es el olor que me ayuda a recordar de dónde vengo, el combustible para dónde voy, ¡ja! Donde encuentro el coraje para derribar los muros injustos, la base para crear de nuevo. Sofrito, el corazón de abuelita, sofrito, el corazón de abuelita, el corazón, representing the Trinity, summing up the strength of my ancestry, powerful but equal I will always be. Sofrito, fed the food of my abuelita, woman who lived como una reina and taught me to fight como una guerrera. Sofrito, these ingredients running through my blood will pass on to me with an awesome love. Never let me forget the culture that I'm a part of. Sofrito, where people push into a colony, find a sense of trick to break the boundaries. 500 years fighting to be free. Oh, sofrito, el corazón de abuelita, hey, hey, hey. Sofrito, el corazón de abuelita, es el olor que me ayuda a recordarle dónde vengo, el combustible para dónde voy. Para dónde voy. Para dónde voy. Sofrito, el corazón de abuelita, sofrito, el corazón de abuelita, el corazón, el corazón. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh, yeah. Muchas gracias.
again for Taina, Sili, La Banda Rebelde. Yes. Good evening, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Good. Okay. I want to say welcome again and thank you for coming out to join us for celebrating 35 years of Madre, 35 years of fighting for rights for women all around the world. For those of you who I have not yet hugged, I am Yifat, and I have the privilege of being the director of Madre. And this is so much fun. I am seeing a lot of new faces, which is excellent, because I'll tell you, to achieve the kind of visionary change that we're after, we are going to need every single one of you. We know what we're up against, right? We know what's going on outside those doors. And we also know, as the poet Clarissa Pinkola Estes has said, that we were made for these times. We were made for these times because the women who came before have taught us well. And I want to take a moment to celebrate some of those women who are here tonight, the founders of Madre, Kathy Engel, Digna Sanchez, Anne Hess, Linda Flores, and Vivian Stromberg, who is not here, but who is very much present. And whether you have been part of Madre for 35 years, like these incredible women, or for 35 minutes, by being here tonight, by being part of this work, you step into a powerful lineage. A lineage that's been created by women social change activists all around the world and all throughout history. And being part of that lineage doesn't depend on any aspect of our identities. What unites us is our vision for the world. A world of peace, a world of justice, a world of environmental sustainability. And we are ready to build that world with you. Madre has been doing that for 35 years. By making grants to sustain grassroots women's organizations who are on the front lines of the worst crises that we know about in this world. By making sure that women can transform their communities from the ground up. And by working to change laws and policies at every level, from local village councils all the way to the United Nations. And this room is filled with people who know firsthand the impact of that work. They've seen those results because they've made that work possible. And I want to say just a tremendous thank you to those of you who have been supporting this work financially. Some people for 35 years, some people here for decades, many of you more recently. That generosity and that action that you take to act on your political convictions every time you make a gift in support of those incredible women is really the life force that makes this work possible. So giant thank you. And this work that we have been doing for 35 years has been guided by another extraordinary group of people. Raise your hand if you are now or have ever been a member of the Madre board. Where's our board of directors? Past, present. Thank you for your leadership. And I want to give a very, very special thank you as well to an amazing group of people who are here with us tonight, who put their whole hearts and their brilliant minds into this work every single day, the extraordinary staff of Madre. Raise your hands. Let's see you. Where are you? And a special shout out to Kate, who has done so much to make tonight a really, really fun celebration. Thank you, Kate. All of the accomplishments that we're celebrating tonight belong to you, so I want to say not just thank you, but also congratulations for your work. This room is kind of like vibrating with the power that sort of surges when all of us come together, and it feels especially auspicious to be doing this celebration tonight in the People's Forum. And I want to say thank you to David and Manolo and Roy and Jody and everybody who has had a hand in creating this incredible new home for our movements in New York City. We are going to be thanking you by putting this place to very good use for many years to come. So this is just the beginning. And in a moment, I am going to introduce three women who are shining examples of the innovative, bold leaders who are Madre's partners all around the world. Fatima Ahmed of Zainab for Women in Development in Sudan, who together with Madre founded the first and only union of women organic farmers in Sudan, now 5,000 women strong. You'll get to hear from her in a moment, along with Charo Mina Rojas of Proceso de Comunidades Negras in Colombia. Where are you, Charo? Charo, through her joint advocacy with Madre, recently became the first Afro-Colombian to address the UN Security Council in her work for peace and self-determination for her communities. And Yanar Mohammed of the Organization of Women's Freedom in Iraq. Yanar has faced off against US occupiers and the extremist fundamentalists that they have unleashed, and together with the support of many people in this room, has built the first and only network of shelters and human rights training centers for women and LGBT folks in Iraq. What makes Madre so strong is our partnerships, our often very long-term partnerships with incredible women like the three of you. So thank you so much for coming to celebrate with us tonight. These are women who know that when disaster strikes, whether that takes the form of climate crisis or war or misogynist rule, that we have each other. And because we have all of you, we can do the hard work that needs to be done. And when all of us join together, we can do it. We can protect people who are under attack. We can fight like hell against the most destructive policies, and we can live our vision of the world in defiance of all of the brutality that's around us. And that is how we make that vision real. My colleague Diana shared something with me that we both loved, which is someone said, and I don't even know who it is, that the future belongs to those who can see it. And if you look around this room tonight, you can see that future. I think we have that future in each other when we join together and when we fight for what we believe in. So here's to the next 35 years, here's to Madre, and here is Fatima. Please.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much to Madre, to Yvette, for inviting me for this event. Happy 35th anniversary for Madre. Actually, we really have to celebrate as grassroots women organization, Madre, because Madre is really giving us the strength, not just saying that, this is true. Madre really is a model, has to be followed all over the world in terms of dealing with grassroots. Because as Yvette said, change is coming from bottom to up. And change usually happen by the leadership of grassroots. What's happening now in the world in terms of international organization or global partnership in the way it is, I think is not going to help a lot, because and this is proven because for all these years we don't have that much change. I mean, it is change, but it's supposed to be more quick for the people on the ground. Madre model to strengthen and empower grassroots women and women organization is really a unique model. It has to be followed. And really myself, I always advocate for that, and I believe in that because of our experience. Thank you so much, Madre. We started with Madre in 2006 to organize the women farmers in Sudan. Sudan is one of the country who actually agriculture is very important because 75% of the people of Sudan involved in agriculture, especially the women in traditional agriculture. So because of MADRE, we've been able to organize the women in the Women Farmers Union. This program started in year 2000 with 200 women, and now this program involves more than 5,000 women. Those women truly, their life been changed, they've been empowered, they empowered their families, they contributed to their daughters and their families' needs, and because their production and productivity and their income increased through these years. And really, there are so many examples of success stories of those women farmers, rural women who were illiterate. Now they educated. One of them is also, her name is Zainab, the same as our organization, Zainab for Human Development. Zainab now is a true and empowered women farmer. She's a leader in her community. She is leading Women Farmers Association. She, because of our adult education program, now she's a teacher herself. Because of the more income she gets from the programs and the empowerment of the women union programs, now she been able to send her daughters even to college. So this is really, and many like Zainab, but this is one example. So we feel this is really incredible. Change is possible, but it needs to have the right channel and the right mechanism. Also, these programs actually with MADRE invested in since 2006 actually won 3 international prizes. One UNDP Equator Prize. We have it in Rio Plus 20 conference in Brazil in 2012. Another prize from Islamic Development Bank in Jeddah. And the third prize is from United Nations Framework Convention of Climate Change, which we had it last year in Bonn during the climate change conference. And one of the women farmers, Zainab, was with us in Bonn to have the award. So I think this is really true empowerment. This is really is going to change still the lives of many women and many girls in Sudan, especially in the rural areas. And this is really is true example and of global partnership. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, everybody's dirty. Thank you. Well, it's okay, it's fine. Thank you so much. I know I'm hard to please, too high, too low, too. And we are hard partners to please too. So Madre knows what it's doing. First of all, I want to bring the greetings from the Afro-descendant people in the ancestral territories of joy, hope, and freedom in Colombia, where I'm coming from. I'm very grateful and pleased to be here and be part of this celebration. As organization, the Black Communities Process, we are new in this partnership and with the organization, although we have been with Madre in contact and doing different things since, I believe, probably 2015. But it is important and feels good to be here, knowing more about who supports and surrendered and bring also like sisterhood and community sense to Madre. So it's good to know Madre, but it's also good to know what is behind Madre. So being here and being able to share and being with all of you help us to understand better what Madre is and the significance that has for the work that we do. Now, I want to share a little bit about how we how we get into the relationship with Madre, trying to be very brief, knowing that I have like 3 minutes. But, which, and Spanish in Colombian, you know, mind is hard. But I met Madre through GFAT and CSW, like in probably 2013, in an event where she was presenting the work that Madre does in Colombia. And the Q&A, I had an intervention, and after that, she came directly to me, introduced herself, as we start talking, and then from them, she never lost sight and contact with me and the organization. To me, and for the partnership and from our organization, that is having like vision, right? As I interact, she knew and understood that there was an important element in Colombia where she was working, and Madre wanted to build up partnership and work, that she needed to reach out, and then she did, and keep us close. Later on, we presented the only report in CEDAW in 2015, the only report on Black women that was presented for the review in Colombia in CEDAW. And again, then I reached out to Madre because we didn't have access to all the civil society briefings and meetings. And if we know that we don't do that, then you bring the report, but nothing happens if you are not able to put your voice right there and tell the committee what you want from them. So we reached out to Madre, and they didn't hesitate to respond. I immediately got a response. And there was in Geneva, Lisa, open up all kind of doors for me. And I have on all those meetings with the civil society, by the hearing, and with this great support. And that is another very key element of this partnership and what Madre brings to partnership with us, and is this openness and really making possible and connecting and generating conditions to open doors for organizations like mine that like to be autonomous and like to do things by ourselves, looking for support, but we like to keep the autonomy. That was very important element, and I have a minute. She told me she was going to be. And this minute I want to say, this has been a very important process with Madre. It's very important to have a partner that can listen very carefully, that can respond because listens, that knows how to work together. For us, we are a Black organization with a strive for self-determination and autonomy. And to have a partner that really listens and respects and knows how to work together. We have been putting together projects and doing actions, and has the flexibility to let us do, right? And it has been very, very important. I think those are really important qualities. The last thing I want to say is, we are developing a project with Madre. This is the first year of it, where we are building up a autonomous, sustainable security and self-protection system for Black communities that is informed in an ethnic and racial gender perspective. That is a huge thing, right? But we are building up a Black gender perspective from our organization, and the women in this organization that I'm part of, we are very prominent and present, but we still have to fight patriarchy, we still have to fight sexism, we still have to explain ourselves with everything we do, and this organization that is very progressive and very significant. And a very important element, key thing that this project has bring to us, and the partnership and experience with of Madre, is that has gave us, the women of the organization, the opportunity through this project to show, like, walk the talk. When we fight for representation, and when we are struggling to get recognized and valued by the leadership and the roles that we play in the organization, we have the opportunity to be coordinating and developing a project through which we can show the organization and outside the organization what we mean by self-protection and self-care measures that we have practiced for centuries ancestrally that have a black, gender, decolonized perspective. That is very important from a racial and ethnic perspective, right? It's very important because now we are not just talking about and arguing and fighting, and we have elements and we have conditions to show how that can be done and what that really means. So this is a very important partnership for us, and I hope that we can continue it for a longer time, or another 35 years. So thank you very much. Sorry, I took more than I should.
14 years ago, I was invited to sit in that room in the Madre and just to get acquainted with me. So Vivian and Ifat were sitting there and asking me, like, what do you want to do with your work? And I was thinking, oh, another American woman asking me what I want to do. I have to tone down my politics. I have to speak like I'm partly submitting to my patriarchs. And I was thinking in my head, I'm sitting with the United Nations women, yeah? Because in the United Nations, they decided early on, we will not deal with this crazy feminist. She's like, we cannot respect her, so out of the way. So when I sat with them and I began to speak of what we do, that we think it is wrong to kill a woman, and it's wrong to start a war, and it's wrong to have honor killing against people in our community, and that woman that went to the refrigerator or went to the burying ground could have been me, and it's wrong to do that. And I was surprised. I was speaking with like-minded women. There was something wrong in my understanding of what American is. American is anything you want it to be. It could be very progressive women, very humane women, very feminist women, and those women who want to hold your back and make you stronger where you are. And it could be somebody up there grabbing women from you know where. So since that day until now, in Iraq, I have been called so many names, and all of them bad names, by the patriarchs of the community. And I was supported by part of the community. And I thought, okay, how can we organize women in Iraq if the knife is at their neck, if all the laws are against them, if we have a specific article in the criminal code that allows killing of women? I thought, I don't want to do anything else. I just want to open a house to tell women who were able to kick the door and went out that this is where you can be safe. This is a first shelter for women in Iraq. And I told Vivian and Ifat, and I told them, this is what I want to do. And Vivian looked at Ifat, and they both smiled for some reason that I did not understand at that time. And it turns out that they are more political than I am, and that it's not really a problem. So since that time and until now, we struggled a lot in Iraq, and our problems are still not over. But whenever we trip and we're about to fall and we run out of money and we have to close our doors, who is the first people to call? Of course, Madre. So those of you who are thinking of supporting the UN Women or UN anything or UNICEF or whatever it is, don't do that. Don't do that. You know what they tell us in Iraq, the UN women and the UN agencies? They tell us, your shelters are not legal. They are not legitimate. You are not a legit group. I learned how to say it legit group. So I tell them, but all these women who are in our shelters escaped their homes and escaped the knife because the laws are not with them. We still have laws that support women killing because the patriarchs up in the government are not with them and because there is nowhere to go. So who is legal and who is not legal? I think that you are not legal. So that's the UN. If you want to support the UN, go ahead. But, but I think Madre is the one to support when they are against the wars, when they are against misogyny, when they are against bad-mouthing feminists, when they hold our backs. They held our backs for 14 years. Until now, at this current day, we have 10 shelters around Iraq. We have, yeah! Yeah, we do go crazy, partly from the bombs and partly from the women who came to our shelters and who escaped, barely escaped killing. But if they had heard Taina Isili singing, they would have all danced in here. They are living a much better life. They are the leaders of the future, and our shelters are not a place just to cry in. They are a place for you to go to a feminist school, to have daily sessions of what feminism means, and also that what's happening around us in Iraq should not be our future. We were able to make it happen because Madre was there for us. Don't go to the UN. Do not support the UN. This is where it should go. Thank you so much, Ifat. And thank you. And I wish Vivian was here, but what can you do? Thank you.
Now we know who we are. Can this come up a little bit? No? Can this come up a little bit? There we go. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. So the sign behind us says Ann Hess and Blaine Bookie, and I'm Ann Hess. Can people in the back towards the door hear? Yes? Okay, great. So I am Ann Hess. I am one of the founding board members of Madre, and I'm still co-chair of the board with Blaine. And I've been telling the story lately. If you had told me 35 years ago that I would be standing here after 35 years of working with this organization, that we would be in 8 countries, that we were having an impact on women's lives at the grassroots level in a way that defies patriarchy, I would have, at my early 30s, which I was then, I would have said, no way. So the reason there is a way is because Madre, from the very beginning, has been a big family. As I say, I'm one of the founding members of Madre. I am not the founder of. I am part of a family that grew this organization. Kathy Engel is here, Digna Sanchez is here, Linda Flores is here, Eleonora Kennedy is here, Yifat is here. We are the family. Eleonora was reminding me when she came in tonight how hard times were in the beginning. We had to really beg people to support us, and you did. The members of Madre have been with us as part of our family since the first day. The reason our doors are still open, the reason we're in 8 countries, the reason we're still able to do the work we do is because of our family. So for the people that are here tonight who have been with us since the very beginning, you're part of my heart. For people that have been here
more recently, you're part of my heart. For people that have just walked in this door and never met us before, welcome to my heart and to my family. So now it's Blaine's turn. Thank you so much for coming.
My family is here tonight, and I'm so happy that I have two families. Being part of Anne's family and the rest has been just amazing. And for me, it's been more recent, about 10 years now. And I really know Madre's work from the ground. And when I say the ground, I literally mean the ground. I was sleeping on the driveway floor of our office in Haiti after the earthquake in 2010 when I first was introduced to Madre. And so I've really seen the work, the model of the work in action. So after the earthquake, there were a very serious epidemic of sexual violence in the camps. And within weeks, they had worked with a women's group that they had worked with in the past to open a rape crisis center to meet the immediate needs of the women who had been assaulted. And then within maybe months after that, had really worked with the organizations on long-term advocacy to change the culture in Haiti, and had a cooperation with the police to actually address these cases. Never heard of before. So really seeing just the impact of the model. And I've started to work more recently with them at the border here in the United States, and just to kind of see the range of the work from there to all of the amazing women that you heard tonight. There is an incredible range to the work that Madre is doing, but the common denominator of all of the work, and I think you can hear that and see that, is the impact of the work is just incredible. And as Ifat mentioned, and the work really wouldn't be possible without all of your support. So thank you for everyone who has given so generously over all of these years. I encourage you to continue to do that, and then also invite all of the new people who are here tonight to as Anne said, really join our family and give as much as you can. You know that it will go to a place where it's being used. The impact is just can't be spoken more highly of. So before I invite Ifat back up to close us out, just want to talk a little bit about her. She has spoken about other people tonight. Very little bit, don't worry. But just that really we also wouldn't be here today if it weren't for Ifat's incredible vision and her leadership. It really just makes all of this work possible. And I think that I've had, yes, clap. I think that I just had a really unique perspective of being able to see Ifat's work by being on the ground with the partner organizations, so I can see sort of how her vision and her leadership are regarded across the field, but also as my role on the board, I do Ifat's annual evaluation where I talk to the staff about Ifat and how things are going. And so I can just see how the attention and the thought that she gives externally is also given internally, and how much she pays attention to building this culture externally as well, also internally, sort of building the culture of Madre of what we want to see out there in the world, really sort of building that. So I just thank you, Ifat, for the opportunity to be here, and it's great to have all of you here, and thank you for being a part of Madre.
I didn't know we were actually doing this part, but I just want to say again, a giant welcome to everybody, and thank you. And I think we might have ordered a little too much food, so please eat. And thank you again for joining us. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thank you.
We're going to stick with lavender. Yeah, go for the loud one. Go for both. It's really loud in here. We got to pick it up. We lost our sound engineer. The sound. Where'd he go?
Check one.
Give me a chicken.
puedo oírla. En la distancia hay una voz que me canta la historia que tienes dentro de ti. Deja que suene, déjala vivir, dice la María. Esa es la verdad, es la medicina para sanar el alma. Sobrevivientes que ya no se esconden, que ven a la bestia y la exponen. La dolorosa verdad que testifica nos da el valor, nos da la fuerza, porque la María está en la verdad, es la medicina para sanar el alma. Seré tu testigo, seré tu puente, codo a codo seremos valientes. Hoy declaramos que nunca más estaremos solas en nuestra pena, porque la María está en la unidad, es la medicina para sanar el alma. De este dolor enseñaremos, de las cenizas renaceremos, de ciencia roto nos levantaremos, en nuestra unidad lucharemos. De este dolor enseñaremos, de las cenizas renaceremos, de ciencia roto nos levantaremos, en nuestra unidad lucharemos. Está en la verdad, la resistencia y la esperanza, porque la María está en la verdad, es la medicina para sanar el
This last song, I want to thank you all so much. I want to thank Madre so much for having me here and inviting me to share my music. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. This last song is called War Cry, and it's written in 5 languages: isiZulu, Ochivambu, Kiswahili, Spanish, and English. And it's a song calling out that we may come together with our different languages, our different ways of knowing and understanding and being in the world, but come together with a common vision for love and for justice and for freedom.
Bye. iwezeni lakithi ilizwe lethu liphila ekukumbulweni lesithunzisayo amaphupho ethayila amaphupho ethayila ngaso sikhathi sorwa kwashawa amakhawe ethu babanikeza umculo ogcwele iziyebezi nezingoma zomzwalazo zomzwalazo ha 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 hey udite eshi atukwera ita kucha kombata yodondo okuive shishi ukwa atuja mala omakwata malaka metu omadenga ichayetu medu amba ya la bimba amba ya la bimba amba ya la bimba sauti zetu haziogopi pena, tutajimbia njia yetu nyumbani, tumepema unavunja ardhi utatuogopa, tutajimbia njia yetu nyumbani, tumepewa nguvu za maneno, tutaitumia, tutaitumia, tutaitumia. Dientes nos encarcelan, esta lengua el miedo no romperá. Este espíritu doy palco, camaradas de esta canción. Canta con este grito de guerra, destroza oreja con esta sirena. Espera, vamos llegando, espera, vamos llegando. We are exiles, our nations live in memory shadows, our dreams lament. Once buried our warriors with dirges, gave them trails of everlasting names, tears and songs. Could hear our war cry from the top of the mountain, knew we were coming and feared it. But you stopped our tongues, hid our words into the dust, almost forgotten. Fear has made our voices still no longer. We will sing our way home. Vibration breaking ground, you will fear us. We will sing our way home. We've been given the power of the word and we will use it. 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 Teeth will not jail this tongue. Will not break the spirit of our comrades from this song. Sing of this war cry. Peace is at that siren. Hold on, we are coming. Hold on, we are coming.
You might be left out the cold.
Anyone want me? There's only 40 left.